Hi, good evening, everyone. Can I stand below? I don't stand on the stage because it's like too far away from everyone. Yeah, can I stand here? Yeah, good evening, and Prof. Tan Taeyong, thank you very much. And of course, thank you to Tempusu Polity for inviting me to be here this evening. First of all, I want to tell you who I am, and I was asked to share about the ideas, how these ideas of ready meals and vending machine comes about. But before I do that, right, so tonight you are here to learn about possibilities, right? Can you turn to your neighbor and say, I'm here for possibilities? Yes, well, I'm here for possibilities. So I'm going to share with you, nothing is impossible. Because if you think there is a will and there is a way, okay? So I'm a GR group, and of course I'm a mother of 3 sons. My number 2 is here. Number 1, Noel, he is also, he used to stay in Tempusu. That's why I'm here. He said, Mom, can you do one for me? But I say, you are in China now. He said, but you still do it for my friends, okay? I say, okay. Anyway, thank you. Okay, some time ago, actually, there's breakfast with CEO,
Jocelyn is our featured guest on Coffee with the Boss.
Jocelyn Chng is the driving force behind Xinhua Di Foodstuff. She was just 21 and still at university when she took on the responsibility of running the family soy sauce business following the death of her father. With tremendous passion and a clear vision, she transformed a traditional family-run local business into a modern, global company by focusing on smart technology and innovation. From food sources, she moved on to ready-to-eat meals and then created the very first hot food vending machine. Jocelyn is a trailblazer, and she's also our special guest on Coffee with the Boss.
Okay, actually it's more than 1 minute, but I got to shorten it because otherwise they only give me 15 minutes tonight. Yeah. Okay, so all of you are very fortunate. And just now, Yang say, I can take my time, 5 years, and then I make more worthwhile. But you know what? Last time when I took over my father's business, I have no time. No time because my father was sick when I was 14 years old. And then when I was in my second year university, he passed away. And then he passed away with 5 other of my siblings who is also in school. And then with a mother who don't really manage the business. And then he passed over a sauce business, which when he passed away, I look at the few bottles of sauces and I say, what am I going to do with the sauces? So I tell myself, I have to sell the sauce to bring the bread and the butter back, So that's when I started to take over. You see the girl there? That was when I was 21. I was still in NUS. I did my FASS, Arts and Social Science. And a lot of people, when I say this, after that they got Q&A, but I better tell you the answer now. They asked me, did I finish my university? So today I purposely wear this jacket with a NUS EMBA, okay? Because I finished my degree and I come back and do the second degree in a master. Thank you. So everything is possible, right? For all of you, it's possible. Okay, so we started off as a sauce manufacturer where my parents actually was working for a sauce factory, and then eventually the sauce factory decided to wind up, and then they say, oh, what am I going to do? I've been working in the sauce factory for so many years, and then they decided to start their own. So that's where they started to ferment sauces and all that. It was really a lot of hard work because it's very labor intensive. We got to do fermentation and then long hours, and my parents only rest 2 days in a year. They work 363 days. You know what is that 2 days? Chinese New Year. You're right, Prof. Tan. I give you a prize after this. First and second day of the Chinese New Year, that's all that they rest. The rest of the day, they work. I'm going to say this because my son is the first time hearing this also. They didn't know the grandparents work so hard, yeah? Okay, so when I took over the business, I came out as a university grad. I say, oh, I'm going to do changes, So, I remember the first time I wanted to buy a computer because last time a computer very expensive, not like now, 1,000 plus or less than 1,000 you can get. Those days was $3,000 over dollars. So when I make my first $3,000, I told my mom, can I have a computer? Because I'm very ambitious. I want to do Excel. Those days, not Excel, Lotus, don't know, whatever. And then I also studied computer science, but that time was Pascal, But now you don't use Pascal anymore. So actually, I was very ambitious. I want to do. And then my mother said, wow, your father all these years are running business, only use abacus. No, now you want to buy a computer and you take all your profit and use. But you know what? She let me buy. And then after that, we start to progress and progress and progress. And you know what? Today, if my sales guys don't go out with a handphone or a computer, they say, you're not working today. So you see, that's how it changed. Not only mindset, but also changes with the time and all that. Okay, so actually when I took over the business, there's a lot of changes that I make, not just in terms of the packaging, but also in terms of the product mix. So we changed from the basic soya sauces, we went into pre-mixers. And I mean, some of you may have tried the chicken rice mix. We are actually the pioneer in that. It's because I was traveling around the world and then everyone was asking, hey, can I have a recipe of your chicken rice, because I love Singapore chicken rice, right? So every time I email the recipe to them, then they say, so difficult. Where do I get lemongrass? Where do I get banana leaves and all that? So I say, okay, never mind. I make a sauce and make sure that you just pour into the rice and you get chicken rice. So it was a great success, and then we are the pioneer in that. So, it's about innovation, it's about coming out with new things to offer to the customer. And of course, just like, some of you, I don't know, I found my husband in NUS also. We were in the same faculty. I'm going to show you a short video about him.
在刚刚接过家庭生意时，很幸运的
Do you
得到
know
他当时的男朋友
Mandarin?
后来成为她丈夫
Can you
的黄志明的
understand
默默支
Mandarin?
持。他们两个人是在大学里认识的。
So this is
刚开
my
始认识
husband.
她，觉得她是蛮好看的女孩子，她很爽快，很健谈。
Okay, it's a very short one. Grace said that I must put this in because then I can relate to you all. Once upon a time was for NUS. I found my love in NUS, and then we got married. It's so happy, right? It's fairy tale story. Yeah, after that we got great career and then got kids and whatever, right? You plan and plan and plan all your life, but who knows? When this is Joel is here. Okay, I'm going to move because you see, we thought life is great, right? But when we got married and then we got kids, number 1 kids, number 2 kids, and then number 3 kids, then things happen. He was diagnosed with lymphoma, and then 2 weeks later he passed on. Just 2 weeks, and that was a video taken when Joel said that I want to come up and sing a song for the father during the funeral. And he was then about 5 years old. And now he's here tonight. I mean, I didn't expect him to come, so that's why I played the video. Okay, so I'm going to show you this because when Richard, my late husband, was around, actually, both of us has got a vision. You know, around us there are many people who are diagnosed with illness, and then some of them die of cancer. You know, like my father was diagnosed with colon cancer, and then he eventually passed on. So we wanted to feed our next generation well. We wanted to do something. We wanted to make a change in people's lifestyle. So, you know, we came together and we say we wanted to create healthy food for the next generation. And that's how JR Group was conceived in 2001, before he passed away. So JR Group now today, where are we? We are actually basically running, you know, a food manufacturing where we produce cook, chill, and cook freeze food, where we supply to HoReCa like hotel, restaurant, airlines caterer, event catering like F1, National Day. And just now Professor Tan spoke about 2008, I remember. Yeah, we supply at NTU, you know, the Games Village and all that. Then they have 13 sites. So our company also supply for those events, especially big catering events. And we also started a few concepts. That is the retail concepts. We have Japanese restaurant, Chinese restaurant, and also dessert chain. This is not commercial time. I'm just sharing with you now what we have and what is the business all about. And then, of course, we in 2008, we actually co-developed a vending machine for our ready meals, where we put our ready meals into the vending machines, and the machines can serve hot or cold meals. That's where you get, now is commercial time. Tempusu, I think near to Starbucks, there's one chef-in-box vending machine. So after this, you can pick up your food there. Okay, so how we come up with these meals, actually, we have a big team of not just chef, but also food technologies. So food technologies, we actually develop the food, you know, then we blast freeze it, and we pack it into bento boxes before we put them in vending machine, as well as sell them to the B2B and B2C customers like NTUC and all that. So actually all this food, right, are produced under very stringent quality control. They are not just like, you know, you cook at home and today is more salty, tomorrow is less salty. Everything is being measured. So I remember we actually have an intern from NUS, and you know, when he was doing the presentation, he said, you know, before I came to intern in this company, I didn't know that the food was real. I say, what do you mean by not real? He say, oh, because I thought it's some processed food or dehydrated or wax food. But I actually see people cooking it, and I see vegetables and fish and all that. So you see, now I know the food is real. I was given the time, I spent 13 minutes, I better be faster. I'm sorry, but you know, there's a lot of interesting things. If you can give me more time, I can show it to you, yeah? Yeah, so this is the process that we do. Mainly, we will develop in the laboratory first before we actually go into commercial, and then it has to pass all the tests, you know, all the sensory tests, and also all the tests in terms of the taste and all that. And these are real food. They are real chicken. I'm sorry, vegan. I have the real chicken here. I don't have vegan. But we will soon have vegan for you. I'm sorry.
We don't add any preservatives or additives.
Yeah, but we don't add any preservatives or additives because everything is blast freeze. And we keep all the freshness in the box.
Or the placing of the ingredients is wrong. Sometimes it may turn out to be not properly heated up, or sometimes it may be overburnt. There is noodles, and you have the fresh vegetables, fresh prawns, and other products in it. So it took us a while to understand all the properties in order to come up with a perfect dish.
Yeah, so what I want to share with you is also it's not created by some scientist or, somebody unknown. Actually, we work with a world-renowned chef. We put together a team of chefs to come up with the recipe. So we have actually renowned chefs from India, from Thailand, from Korea to come up with the recipe to go into the boxes.
대한민국의
So
국제요리대회
if you
등으로
can't go
많은
to
수상을
Korea, we
했습니다.
bring Korea to you.
룩셈부르크,
Can't go to Thailand, we bring
독일,
Thailand
태국,
to you. Okay?
싱가포르.
Okay, so besides the vending machines, if sometimes you say, hey, I don't have vending machine in my area, but go to the Cheers lah. Go to the NTUC, we have them. Okay, so Chef Inbox is also in all these areas. Okay, so if really you cannot find Cheers and all that, go online. Because you have handphone, right? chefinbox.com.sg. Okay, possibilities, yeah? So, when I first took over, it was so difficult. When I first started, it was very difficult because we try and tell people, hey, vending machines, you can go there and get food. And then the vending machines, everything is controlled by crowd. Nobody understands. Everyone thought that vending machine is the old, dirty vending machines at the corner where, just sell drinks and all that. No, we tell them no, because everything is about smartness. So it controls not just the sales, the stock, and also the temperature. So you can feel very safe when you consume it, yeah? So you remember, okay, sorry, this one is for Prof. Tan. You remember the 70s where we have ATM, Huh? They are not born yet. Yeah, but you remember the ATM, right? My father said, don't use the ATM because the money will get stuck inside. So you cannot go to ATM, must go to the bank teller. But look at today, we are changing the norm into a new norm. So we want to do food ATM, okay? Yeah, so this is why the first Van Cafe was born in 2016. So when we first tell people, oh, we want to have a Starbucks, but not men, nobody understand. Even the landlord don't understand. The bank don't understand. Everyone don't understand. But when we first started this, frankly speaking, it was really in big demand. But I'm going to share with you all the challenges. How much time I have at the back can show me the numbers. I still got 14 minutes. How 1 minute? No. 1 minute I cannot finish. I tell you another 10 minutes. Okay, 10 minutes, okay. If okay, you give me a clap, then we leave 10 minutes. Okay. Wow. New concept, a lot of challenges, not easy because why? People don't understand. They won't buy from a vending machines because some of them think that the food is not real. Some of them don't know whether the food will get stuck or whether the payment gets stuck or not. And then, there is no guidelines, no regulations. Just to share with you a joke, is there anyone from AVA or NEA here? Or any relation with AVA, NEA, your father or uncle from that department? No, right? Okay, then I can share. Okay, when we first started, we go to AVA. We say, AVA, we want vending machines to be placed here. We need a license. No. AVA is about factory-produced food. So if you are operating outside, please go NEA. Then we went NEA. NEA say, no, you are produce food, right? You also not cooking there, what? Go AVA lah. So, you know what? For almost 10 years, we don't need a license. We just put. Yeah, why you need a license? Everything is possible, right? Turn to your neighbor and say, all is possible. Come, turn to your neighbor and tell them, everything is possible. So sometimes in life, it's like, you have to find your possibilities because these are challenges. But you have to decide what you want to do. Okay, the regulation tell you no, but what to do? Can I start and say, okay, I stand there, wait until you got regulation, then I sell? Cannot, right? If not, you don't have food less. Just now, the speaker so kind, come and thank me and say that, they get supper at night because of Chef Inbox. And I must thank them now for supporting us. Thank you, yeah. Yeah, and I thank everyone who has been supporting Chef Inbox. If I stop there that time, no chef in box now, you know. So, okay, it's also very difficult to access to resources. What kind of resources? Like money, technical support, and also, you know, we are trying to go cashless. 10 years ago, when we say cashless, right, nobody is interested. Even the bank say no. Cashless will never happen. But look at today. I just came back from Shanghai to visit Noel in Shanghai. And I asked Noel, I said, hey, I changed some renminbi, how? I don't need to use because everything is using handphone. Everything Alipay, WeChat Pay. Yeah, so, you know, times are changing, and at that time, nobody understand, and they don't even understand that how to put a cashless device on the vending machines. So we took us some time to really convince the bank, convince the stakeholder to say, this is going to come. Please prepare the resources for us. So really with that, we have the first Van Cafe. And I'm going to show you, you know, when we first started, it was really long queue for about 3 months. People queue up for 2 hours, you know. And some of them even fainted, you know, two fainted where we have to call the ambulance.
Actually, I saw this in Facebook and I immediately told my husband to let's go and check it out.
So we are very happy that this concept is here.
The seafood hor fun, the prawns is very fresh.
Like wow, like a lot of choices.
I think it's a good concept.
The taste is great. The flavor is fantastic.
I tried carbonara and it's very delicious.
We tried the braised chicken with olive. It's not so salty. Convenient for us, especially when we are working.
Midnight or something, if you feel hungry or something, you just go down and grab something. Pricing also reasonable.
So you see,
the prices are actually
when we first started, it was so difficult. But after that, you know, the customers start to understand and they start to give us the chance to go into
Look
HDB.
at our Van Cafe. It's
that was
really
in
first
the
of its kind in
residential
the world.
area. And now
There is
residents even wrote in to
noodles, and
thank
you have the
us
fresh
because they get
vegetables,
food
fresh
at night.
prawns, and
Okay,
other
I'm
products
going
in
to
it.
just show you this slide because we also have gotten a lot of attention, not just in Singapore, but from all over the world, from Korea, from Japan,
Launched
and
in
from other
2016,
countries where
the
they
novelty of
came
it all
down to feature
attracted
us.
nationwide
And this is
attention and crowds of curious
and these are
consumers.
some of the media that we get. This is from Korea. SBS came down and filmed and say, you know, there is this new concept that is in Singapore. The whole crew came down from Hong Kong and from Korea and all that. And of course, we are also into MRT station and into shopping malls, into convention center. And you know, recently there is a Trump-Kim summit, right? You all know, right? Trump-Kim summit. So minister called our office and say, can you send your Van Cafe down just 24 hours before the Trump-Kim summit? They say, send the Van Cafe down to our media center because we need to keep them. So we actually participated in that Trump-Kim summit. And you know, there is a lot of Korean journalists who came down and tried the Korean food and they say, oh, actually it's very good. And you know, Korean, they are very special people. They don't like Singapore food. They only go for their bibimbap and their bulgogi and their japchae, you know. So they are very happy when Van Cafe have all the offering for them. Yeah, so I'm going to share with you proceed and succeed. 3 O's. I'm going to test you all. Better remember what is the 3 O's, 9 P's, and 10 Q's. Okay? Pay attention from now, okay? I never get a chance to be a lecturer, but it's my dream to be a lecturer. So now I got the chance, right? So I better test you all after that. Okay, the 3 O's. Basically, you know, when we first started, there's a lot of fear. We don't know whether the concept will work, whether people will accept, because we are going to put in so much money, so much resources, and we are going to do a big transformation. Because you look at our factory, we were doing sauces, we were doing ready meals, we were doing restaurant business, and now we are disrupting ourselves. You know, that means we are going unmanned cafe, and we are going to say stop all the physical cafe, and we're going to do we're going to transform our business into a unmanned cafe. And of course, there's a lot of criticism also because, you know, even internally, people were saying like, hey, it doesn't work. Why, you know, the CEO is going nuts already or what, you know, throwing good money at bad money and keep investing and then never see the return. And of course, there's a lot of obstacles I just share with you, yeah? Okay, 9 P's. The first piece is about purpose. First, we have to ask ourselves, what's the purpose? What do we want to do in life? Okay, so remember just now I shared with you about the why we started this concept is because my husband and myself wanted to really come up with good food.
Today we
so that
celebrate the
So now we are also working with big foundations and all that to see whether we can also bring the concept to feed the poor. So this is the purpose. Okay. I'm sorry, I don't know why no music, but it's okay. So secondly, the second P is passion. Passion is the one that really keep us going because when my father passed away, a lot of relatives say just give up because you are graduate. You are not going to take the soya sauce and start to sell to the hawker and all that, right? But it was really the passion because from young we saw how my parents have fermented the sauces, how they use their love to really ferment and cook the sauces. So that was a passion that kept me going to take over the business, to continue and to grow and to expand. Perseverance, I think everything that we do, we bound to face with obstacles and we bound to have fear and uncertainty, but never give up. Just to share a quick story again, I don't know whether you all know about Chinese New Year Lo Hei or not. Lo Hei. Can you all put up your hands, those who know what is Lo Hei? Almost 100%, okay. So Lo Hei is something that we do all the time for restaurant. And then when I took over, I started to produce this and I decided to put them in a box and I say, you bring it home, do it yourself, DIY Lo Hei. But you know what? Nobody understands how to use it. So the first 3 years, I literally throw away every pack that we produce. And then we never give up. But if you look at today, in the supermarket, there's easily 11 brands and it's a multi-million business. If I give up that time, now you don't get DIY Lo Hei in the supermarket also. And of course, I think partnership is very important because you are very lucky, like what Prof. Tan just said, you know, you are here not just to study, you know, you got to make friends, you got to network, you got to know, you know, people from other faculty. It's very important because if you make your friends now and you know, start to have the network and eventually when you start, whether your business or when you start working, you will realize that you actually have a lot of partnership, a lot of alliances that you can tap on. Yeah, because I cannot tell you that you start working, you know, you're going to find partnership. You start finding partners when you're in school, not when you step out of school. Okay, now then the music come out, is it? But it's okay, I'm not going to show it to you. Anyway, some of these videos are available in our Facebook and also YouTube. People is very important, so this is also a time for me to do sales speech. For those who are interested in food and in disruptive food, please join JR. Okay, we are looking for talents to join us. So people is very important. We need people who has got the drive and who is positive in attitude. Well, you know, when we first started this vending and van cafe, it was really, there's a pain point. So what's the pain point? First pain point is that manpower shortage, rising costs. People don't want to work in a hawker. Today, if you go to todayonline.com.sg, there is a big write-up about hawker center. They say why people don't want to be a hawker. Long hours, cannot make money, and things like that. And you know what? You know why we have one machine at Tembusu? Anyone who know, you'll get a prize from Grace. You are right, you get a prize, okay, because my son stay in Tembusu and I want to feed him. I say, son, if you're hungry, go down to Starbucks and get a meal. And you know, when he's in Shanghai, I call him, I say, son, what do you want me to bring from Singapore? Chef in box. Because I feed them with chef in box, so they want chef in box. And you know what? I really packed 20 over kilo of chef in box. Yeah, until I cannot feed the freezer and we have to give it to his friends. But you see, you must find the right product because you students are so busy. How to eat right? I told my son, you don't eat instant noodle. You don't eat potato chips. You eat balanced meal. So that's why we created this concept. We know that there is a need. And of course, because I have a son in Tembusu, I want him to eat well. That's why I place a machine here. And positioning is very important also. You know who is your customers, you know where to place them, the location as well as the digital marketing and the marketing positioning that we want to give, yeah? Okay, I think what's very important point is about learning, about progression, because we never stop there. When we are doing production, when we are doing F&B, we never stop and we keep progressing and we keep trying out new things. So even as you, as students, I think it's very important for you to keep looking at new things and progress with time and really observing what is there out there, what is the possibilities for you. Well, I'm going to just stop talking for a while and then let you hear this. Okay, so I just want to share with you, everything is possible. In life, we do have ups and downs. No matter in what condition and in what situation, we just tell ourselves, we need to have faith, we need to press on. Just now you saw the little boy who is singing during the Father's Week, at the Father's Week. Now you see him singing a song for me during my 50th birthday. And this is Joel. Joel, can you please stand up? Okay, so I'm going to just test you. So I got 3 O's, 9 P's. Can anyone tell me what is thank you? Thank you. 谢谢。